Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my update, or roundup if you will, of my will I declutter this kind of a series. Our makeup I wanted to declutter, wasn't sure, so I said I'd work on until I was sure, and then I kind of ended up adding in a few more bits. So I initially had 5 products I wanted to determine whether I wanted to declutter. So I'm going to start with those and then show you what it is that I'm going to keep or declutter. So just to get one out of the way, I will insert a picture of it here. It is the Makeup Revolution highlighter in matte lights, and I think there was 7.5 grams in it, and it was white. When I swatched it in the last video, it looked like chalk, as you can see, but I currently decided to keep it and pan it as a powder. So I just wanted to FYI that, and that product doesn't work, hence why I don't have it here, but you can see a picture on the screen. I'm keeping it, and it's in other videos I have. I'm panning it. It's staying. I don't love it. I wouldn't get it again. It is good for tidying up some dirty contour that's dropped and stuff like that, but no, I'm keeping it. Next out of the 5 was a bronzer. This is the L'Oreal Paris Glam Bronze La Terra in the shade 02 Capri Natural. And I was guilty of this when I started to buy makeup. I kept buying for the shade I wanted to be versus the shade I am. And I've just come to terms with it, guys. It's too orange for me, isn't it? I just have to get over myself. But the formula feels so beautiful. But that's too orange for me. I just can't wear it. Like, I have been trying. It's just too much of a terracotta undertone. So that's one being decluttered out of the 5. Within the 5 products, we also had 2 blushes, and the first one was a Marquin's International blush it doesn't have a shade, it just says 4.5 grams blush. So this product actually is quite nice on, like, it is. It's really pretty on. I think I got it from my parents in a set. See? Very pretty, kind of a plum mauve undertone, beautiful. However, I did my blush inventory, and I have too many blushes. Excuse me, and like my single blushes, my single blonde, my individual blushes, individual bronzers and individual highlighters are a lot, but they're not, whoa girl. But when you add in the palettes I have, then it becomes a number that's just not manageable. So a blush normally takes me up to a year, if not more than a year, to pan. And so I was wearing this, I did like it. However, I was like, am I willing to spend a year of my life using this versus something else in my collection? And I was like, no, but it is nice. So that's another one I'm decluttering. Look at me in my declutter, because I'm terrible at decluttering. 2 out of the 5 is going, and then for the next blush, same reason again. I'm decluttering this blush. It again is Marquin's International. It's 2.5 grams. Here it is. I've used it. Now you can see the rings on it. God, I wonder should I even have panned it and it'd have a blush gone. Now the pigment payoff on this is not great. However, you see, where is it? There it is, and I've built that up quite a bit. I kind of like the subtleness of it because I'd rather build it up than try take it away. It's a kind of a red, I hit the camera, a red sunburnt look if you build it up. If you don't, it's just a subtle kind of a flush on your face. I forgot to mention both of those blushes are matte. The bronzer appears to be matte also. This is matte, same reason again. I'm decluttering it because there's other blushes I'd rather spend that year of my life on than this one. So that's 2 blushes out. And then the 5th product, this is the Matte Me liquid lipstick from Sleek in the shade Petal. So I decided to, since I had 2 because, as I keep saying, but I just want to be sure, I did not have storage in the past and I didn't know what I had. So I had 2 of these. I gave one away to my friend and I'm panning the other one. So I kept one and I got rid of one, but I was only working on one. So we got rid of 4 of the 5. 4 of the 5 products we initially brought in are gone. Now I just want to include some other bits and pieces that I decided to declutter, which I'm proud because I'm terrible at decluttering. Some powder products I decided to declutter. The first one, these are bronzers from Makeup Revolution in a big, massive palette, and some of them didn't have color payoff, which is to be expected. This one shattered when I tried to depot it. This one has no color payoff. Okay, hang on. Nothing came up on my hand. So this is going, look, that's a full bronzer. Even though it's small, I count my individual pans as a bronzer. That's gone, so that's one bronzer. Again, another one from the same palette, no colour payoff whatsoever. Tried sticky tape, tried everything, it's not coming off. It's 2. And then another one from the same palette, a bronzer, nothing, just nothing. So there's 3 pans now there, look, 3. Well, in this, there's 4 bronzers. But anyway, a highlighter from that palette. You know, I think this highlighter was actually grand, but it was chalky. It was quite, yeah, it was chalky. That's chalky, so I'm putting that in the declutter pile. I'm going to bin those bronzers. The big, huge bronzer I'm giving to a friend. She already kind of put dibs on that one. And then the 2 blushes, I think a friend as well. This one, I think will probably perhaps have to go in the bin. Then I'm decluttering a few eyeshadows. So if you've watched my 1 month, 1 palette roulette, you'll know this already. But I'm decluttering 3 in this anyway. Oops. So this is a Catrice eyeshadow in the shade Burgundy. It's actually quite a nice shadow. There's nothing wrong with it. Look, boom, for pigment. And smooth. Where is there space? There. Okay. So it's actually quite a nice shadow. There's a great colour payoff. It's from Catrice, so it's cruelty free and affordable. However, I have a few other burgundies that are within palettes that are cohesive. So I just, no. So that's going bye-byes. The next one is a grey one from Catrice, and I'm nearly hit pan on this. It's really, really shallow. I went through a period of my life wearing a load of greys, and now I just don't like cool tones at the moment, especially dark, cooler tones. It's a grey from Catrice. It's not a shade that I want to wear. I can't see myself wearing. I never do wear it currently. My tastes do change, so I do have some greys in my collection, but I'm parting ways with this one. Lastly, from this palette, I am getting rid of the duochrome from Makeup Geek in Rockstar. And this one just, as I said, I have a load of eyeshadow pans to me, and I just do not want to spend the time working on it because it's not a shade that I would gravitate towards. So there it is there. It's a kind of a grey cloudy colour. And I'm going to declutter this because I don't want to wear it. It's duochrome, it's creamy, it's good formula, but I don't really enjoy the shade on me over other things. I do love all of these other shadows belonging to her. We have some other bits in an eyeshadow palette. So this one is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original. I had worked it down, sorry, what is that? I had worked it down to here. It's expired. It is expired. I've tried using it on my eyes for months now, which I kind of shouldn't have, and it would ball up. Like, it would just ball up, and anytime I put shadow over it, it would pill up. And I did that for months, and it just made my eyeshadow look horrendous. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Then I heard someone say that they use it on their nose as like a primer. So I put it on my nose to do that, and all my makeup separated. I kind of looked sunburnt, you know, when your skin peels. Oh, so embarrassing, because I was in work when I did it. Why? I don't know. So this is going in the bin. It's like $22.50 I think this costs, and I used like a third. There was only a third left, if even. Like, how much is left? There's this much left, but it's not usable product, so that's going. Same thing again, the Amazing Cosmetics Concealer. I've been panning this for 3 years. It was €39. It's in the shade Fair, and it's expired. It's extremely thick. It's so thick, it's not usable thick for me at the moment. I thought that it was just the formula, it was immensely thick. It is a thick formula, it is a heavy formula. However, I have another one in the shade Dark Caramel, and that is a more loose. It's more loose than this one, so I'm assuming that this one is in fact expired. I was reluctant to declutter it, hence why I was panning it for 3 years consistently, back to back, and because it was €39. And then I was like, you're not making me happy, you need to stop, Steph. So this is going bye-bye. We've got some pencil products here, and then we have an eyeshadow palette. So these are all going in the bin because they're not usable products. This is a eyebrow pencil, is it? Eyebrow Definer Colour Essentials. I don't know who that brand is. In the shade Dark Brown 02. Oh, I got it in Marks and Sparks. Marks and Spencer's. There's nothing coming up. Look. Nothing. So bin. Again, this one is the Avon one in Arabian Glow. It's a blue, but the colour, like the colour comes up. It's so dry, and I have another blue eyeshadow. I have another blue eyeliner from Avon that I prefer over this one. And this is going in the bin. Avon aren't cruelty free, so I won't be buying from them again. I'm not brilliant on the cruelty free thing. I'm working on it, but I'm not bothering with this. Another one from Avon again. I don't know. Oh my god. Arabia. It's a goldy one. I don't know what. This one is just dried up. I can't even see the shade, but it's a gold. It's really dry, the colour is lovely, but it's too dry to draw on your eye. So that's going as well. And then lastly, this is kind of disappointing, and this is the Makeup Revolution one in Worth It. I got it not that long ago, and it came in a kind of a lip liner and a liquid lipstick kit. I kept the liquid lipstick, however the lip liner it's so, look, nothing. And I don't have this long for that to do that. And I did keep this cap on extremely tight, so it's the look of the draw. And then lastly, I know some people it might not be a victory, but for me, decluttering is impossible. I'm getting rid of this. If Lee is watching this, she will appreciate that I'm getting rid of this, because she watched me every morning for months put eyeshadow on that I really didn't like just for the sake of trying to use it up, and life is just not worth that kind of pain. So this is in the Colour Regula palette Smoky. I have panned 3 shades in this, and I just know, you know, I don't like it, so why do this? Okay, the shades are grand, there's nothing wrong with the shades, I just don't like them personally over other things I have. Like, look at that goldy one, pretty. This I think is too old to give to anyone, even though they work out grand, but like I would feel a bit dodgy giving that to someone. Like, they have good colour payoff, I just don't like them. I don't enjoy them personally over other things I have. And that's the palette there. Look at it. This is a drugstore, I just pawed it up. Drugstore palette. And it was like 20 euros. What? Why? How are these drugstore prices going all over the place? I also, when Leah was over in my house there a while ago, and I kind of had a few things, I was like, do you want them? And I gave her a lipstick. I'm nearly sure it's a lipstick, and I know it's a purple one, a dark burgundy one, but I don't know which. So I gave her that one, and I gave her pigments. I think it was 3 pigments, 2 glitters and 1 kind of body one. So that will reduce my numbers once I locate which lipstick it was that I gave her, so I can remove it from my inventory. But yeah, I reduced some numbers there. I got some of those things out. So for the purposes of this though, I got rid of 4 of the 5 initial things. We got rid of 1 highlighter, 4 bronzers, so 1 and 3, 2 blushes, 4 pencil products, 1 concealer, primer, 3 single shadows, and a palette. 19 products, I'm counting this as 1. So I got rid of 19 if this is 1. So that's actually amazing. And it's more than 19 because I did give Leah like 4 or 5 other things, I think. I don't remember if it was 4, but 4 or 5 other things I gave her. So that's really good for me considering how bad I am at this. So I'm thinking I'll do this again. I kind of want to pull some stuff out and see, because they were the worst, like the worst things. I knew I was looking at my collection. I was like, do I? Whereas this, when I'm looking through my drawers, and I do kind of frequently, there's not as much now that I'm like, ugh. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys the next time. Let me know if there's anything in your collection that you have painful. You know you should get rid of it, but your heart just won't let you. So I'll see you the next time. Bye.